Alright, what's up everybody? We're back again with the Mustang this time around. Like I said, I'm going to be jumping between the cars. We'll get into the Subaru a little bit later, as well as the Genesis, but today we are going to be changing the oil on the 2008 Mustang GT. So this is the 4.6 V8. If you guys want some specs for everything, I'll put them down in the description, but I'll also tell you. So it's going to take 6 quarts of oil. The oil drain bolt is going to be torqued down to about 18 foot-pounds. And yeah, so everything you're going to need, obviously you're going to have to jack the car up a little bit. Make sure, if you haven't seen one of my older or my last videos, use a jack stand with it. I just have it supported up front in one of the subframe. Yeah, so we're going to be running the Castrol Gold Bottle, Castrol Edge 5W20. This is another quart of it. I just poured it into a 530 bottle because it was empty. That way it actually, you know, the measurements, that way it's all together. The oil filter you're going to end up running, if you use Fram, which I like to use OEM, but the person didn't get any, so we're going to be running the Fram, the TG2 oil filter. I'm pretty sure the Mustang already has an OEM filter, which is what I'd recommend, which bring you guys down in here so you can see it. That's going to be an OEM filter. So OEM would end up being a Motorcraft filter, which is an FL820S. So if you're going to go OEM, that's the way to do it. Tools you're going to need, pretty simple. If you're going to take the oil filter off, get a filter wrench, or you could just use your hands. If you can wear gloves if you want, obviously, to protect yourself from the oil. And the drain bolt is going to end up being a 16 millimeter. So we're going to get down here, get into this. I'm going to start draining this a while. You're also going to want to make sure that when you go to do this, one, obviously need a container. I'm just using this old Sterilite container because I just pour it back into the 5-quart jugs and then take it off so they can be disposed of. But this container got destroyed, so might as well put some use to it instead of just throwing it away. So we're gonna go up underneath it, make sure, like I said, run it a little bit so it gets warm so the oil just flows. And you're gonna need a 16 millimeter socket or wrench because you have plenty of space up underneath here. So I'm gonna set you back, crack the drain bolt loose, and yeah. Alright, so we got the oil draining. Let that drain for a second, and it comes out a lot better when it's actually when it's warm. I did lose the drain bolt, which is over there, so I'll have to fish that out in a second. Just go ahead, mainly let the main front of it just go ahead and drain out. I'm gonna go up top, pop open the oil filler tab or cap. There's a better look at the filter for you guys that didn't get it the first time. Boom. FL820S, and that is a Motorcraft filter. Obviously that's Ford's brand. But we're going to go back up top, crack open the oil filled cap. That way you can just, it'll drain out a little bit smoother, allow airflow to run through it. And then by now it should be slowing its little trickle. And once it slows down a little bit more, I'll end up popping the drain bolt back in and then we'll move into taking the filter off. What I like to do, maybe you don't do it, maybe some other people don't do it. I've seen people pre-fill filters and all that. All you really have to do is just dab a little bit of old grease or old oil onto the actual gasket of the new filter, so it actually has a little better sealing surface. I actually like to wipe it down as well, that way the old surface is semi-clean. It's not going to be 100% clean because the oil is still going to be dribbling out, but it helps it out a little bit. So go ahead and get the new filter while that's draining. Let you guys sit here and watch it drain. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-grease or pre-oil this black gasket here. I'm just going to take some of the old oil, get a little bit on my finger, and then basically you're just going to rub it on the old or on the new filter. It helps to seal a little bit. Sometimes I'll put a little bit inside into the threads as well, but you don't have to do that, because like I said, once I go to do this, it's still going to be coming out the top up here out of that housing. So go ahead and move this to the side, and obviously make sure nothing gets in that. Go ahead and fish this bolt out, and this is one of the reasons why you should have like a rag with you, just in case, because one, it sucks fishing this stuff out, but mainly because if there is any messes, you can hurry up and just go ahead and grab it. And with this one, with this drain bolt, so it's not like mine I have on the Genesis or the one I'm putting on the Subaru. It's not a magnetic tip, at least I don't think it is. I haven't seen any small pieces on the tip of it, but that's why I like the magnetic ones. Kind of helps you give an idea of what's going on, and then the breakdown of what's actually going on internally. Obviously, if you start getting big chunks on a magnetic filter, obviously it means your engine's about to be toast. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, run this in. Go ahead and wipe it off, that way it's not dripping so much. And kick this out of the way. And then I tighten this down by feel. Most people aren't comfortable with tightening things down by feel. Either one, they over tighten and strip a bolt, which that would suck in the bottom of an oil pan, or they're just not comfortable with it, which is okay, I get it. That's why I'm listing the torque specs as in the description, as well as telling you it should be right around 18 foot-pounds. So about 18 foot-pounds for that. And now we will move over to the filter, which is right there. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this up a bit. I'm imagining it's gonna cause one heck of a mess. And I'm gonna put you down for a second. Put you guys back here. Hopefully you guys don't get sprayed with anything. Just go, you reach up. And just slowly twist it loose. It should start draining a little bit. Gotta make sure you position everything. And then you just spin it to the left or counterclockwise. And then try to hurry up and wipe all this stuff off a while. Get up. I like to get inside the housing a little bit. I like to get up in here into the housing and actually wipe the housing clean. Even though, I mean, like I said, it's still going to try to steadily come out, but at least you can get like the main mating surface here where the new seal is going to be attached to. And then obviously clean up all the stuff where the oil is already dripped on. And then you just grab your new filter that's already pre-lubed, slot it on in here. If it'll go on. Let me see here. There you go. I was getting thrown off by this front sway bar. Alright, so now with the filter on, you thread it on and you slowly tighten it. This one, same thing, basically a little bit overhand tight. You'll feel it because you don't want to force it on. You basically just want to get it to right where it's like snug, because over time it will heat up, cool down, heat up, cool down, heat up, cool down, and it will actually like basically like seal itself to it with this gasket up here. And then I like to go ahead and wipe it off just for next time. That way there's not like a grease spot anywhere, and plus it allows you to see if anything is leaking as well. And wipe off everything around it. And then all you got to do is fill it up. And like I said, it takes 6 quarts of oil. So we'll start with the first quart. Good, pour the first quart in there. I had to kind of split the bottle in half because I forgot the funnel. And this is another 1.5 quarts. And then this is going to be the last 3.5 quarts, which hopefully I don't spill it. There you go. We got all 6 quarts in there. And then all you gotta do, start it. I like to wipe off the actual cap and the old O-ring in there, because if you can't tell, it's a little dirty. Go ahead, turn it on, and make sure everything is running. Make sure there's no leaks underneath. And if there's no leaks underneath, you're good. Get the keys. Alright. Well, let's see if we're gonna blow up a Mustang or not. And like I said, I always have the e-brake when it's jacked up and in gear. So you got the oil pressure level pop on, because obviously it detected it was out of oil, and the filter's pre-filling back up. Make sure there's no oil leaks, because that would be terrible to have an oil leak after something like that. No leaks. And we got good oil pressure as well. And we're good. So I'm gonna wrap this up now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the jack down, close the hood, all that good stuff. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more videos pertaining to the Mustang, the Subaru, or the Genesis, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Alright? Hopefully this helps one of you Mustang guys out. By the way, this is good for an 05 to 2009 Mustang GT. Alright? Thanks, guys.